Hey, what's up, guys? No hat, weird beard, and a sleeveless hoodie DjGoHam here. Today we got a couple mods dropped on the Mod Hub. The Farm Production Pack seeing a lot of action on SteamDB this week. And we got 11 modders to talk about with some more mods with giants waiting testing and with some shits. Let's check it out. Starting off, we got a couple new mods for you guys. These are PC only, so if you guys want to skip ahead to the next thing, timestamps are below. First one is the Osduken Bolton 745. This is a subsoiler, 150 horsepower, 3.2 meter work width at 7 miles an hour. And then also in this pack, we have the 945, 230 horsepower, 4.1 meter worker width at 7 miles per hour here as well. However, we did get another one. This is the Rotocol 620. It's also calling it the Rotocol Pack, but there's only one thing. Can a pack be one thing? I don't know. This is a small weeder. We do have a setup for a traffic kit design, 6.2 meters, 9 miles an hour, 85 horsepower. Not a lot crazy going on here. This is from KRKZ Modding. Both of these mod packs are, and it has been made in collaboration with Osduken. So there you go. SteamDB has been getting regular updates every day or so on the Farm Production Pack. At this point, we've talked plenty about the issues with it and how it's a bit of an embarrassment that it was even published in its current state, even after the update Tuesday morning. It is great to see fixes being done on this in the background, though, to get it working the way that it should have back about a week ago, so that players that paid for it can actually use something that's not broke. I had mentioned in the podcast last week that I thought it would take probably 1 to 2 months to get everything where it needs to be, and we'll see if I'm right about that one. Jumping over to modern news, Classic American Icons Modding says that their Big Butt Pack did fail testing, but as of a few days ago, it was fixed up and sent back. Not a whole lot more information other than that. Next, Dense Modding only has a few more things to do on their ADAR, and then it is off for Giants for testing as well. Currently, they're working on the interactive controls, or IC, and then a few model checks, and it'll be all done. Their expectation was to have the mod done by the beginning of May, and it is currently May 3rd, so hopefully not too much longer. Next up, Cicadas Modding dropped a video on their MacDon 974, including specs and customization options. There's 2 versions. We'll have a 36-foot and a 30-foot. The 30-foot itself has a 9.1 meter working width at 6 miles an hour or 10 kilometers per hour. It weighs 2.9 tons. Cost will be $28,498. As for the 36-foot version, specs are basically the same, with the exception of the width, with this 10.4 meters, and the price, which is $35,499. Yeah! Branding for both includes MacDon, 2 different Case IH variants, and New Holland. Very likely will be the Case IH 2062 for consoles, and MacDon for PC, similar to the swathing pickup. Definitely check out Serious Modding on YouTube. See the full video. Speaking of rad mods, Agritono has submitted their Case IH Axial-Flow 150 series. They actually released the baby brother to this back at the beginning of April, about a month ago, the 130 series. My guess is we'll pretty much have the exact same thing, same customization, and same model lineup with the 4150 model, and then another model with the 5150, 61, and 7150. Other than that, we really don't know anything about this as far as farm sim goes, but I'll let you know once we got it. Next, let's turn things green again with Custom Modding's most recent mod announcement, the John Deere 561R and the A520 accumulator. Oh, let's go! We don't have many John Deere balers, and really we just have the John Deere square balers from the ARM team, and the only John Deere round baler I think we have is the Quick Bell from Mark Thor, which is not a John Deere. It has to be customized to be one. With the addition of the A520 accumulator, we'll also be able to bell up to 3 bells and drop them all at once. This is a super cool addition. The mod appears to be in the early modeling phase, so sit back and relax. It's probably going to be a little while before we see this in our mod folders. Custom Modding also teased a John Deere 6R to go along with it, which is already in game. Currently, the smallest tractor they have on mod up is a 7R, which is normal for baling, I think, but maybe a little bit big for this job specifically. Looking forward to both of these mods. Next up, HR Forest are working on an update to their Prinoth Raptor pack with a new mulch cutter. They say the trees can be easily removed directly and without error. Sounds like we're going to be working with something similar to Black Sheep Modding's T-Rex or the Tree Be Gone from Mantrid. In addition to HR's update to this, you'll be able to set up lanes with tracks. Of course, it's just kind of ripping the ground up like a cultivator or subsoiler would and creating fields more or less. But hey, it's a great roleplay option. Finally, HR say that the new mulcher will only work on their Raptor, which makes sense. Not a Raptor, but I think in the bird family still. Rooster Mods has dropped something new, the Parker 1180 running gear. According to Rooster, they've been using the Parker 2500 on John Deere running gear and are giving the grain cart a true set. So the Parker 1180 is born. It will also have 12 and 15-inch expansions, or extensions rather, to give you a higher capacity. Rooster is offering the option to choose unloading left or right, which I think is a first for farm sim with something like this. As for the capacities, we're going to be getting 250, 325, and 350 bushels, which is 8,809, 11,452, and 12,333 liters. For reference, if you're curious about farm sim, this is why I think bushels should be in the next game, because I don't know the reference between the two. I do know about ADUP modding, though. He dropped some screenshots of a new smaller logging trailer, the Log Bunk. This is meant for making logging a little bit easier early on in a gameplay series. It only 18 grand, it's super cheap, so easy to get a hold of with that $100,000 you got in your bank account. Color customizations for the frame, the stake, and the bolts, as well as rims, and it works with universal auto load as well as the vehicle years mods on PC. That matters to you. Something else that matters to you guys, I think, is sheds. And I know buildings and sheds have been a very triggering topic recently, but hear me out on this one. Remember those really cool American sheds that I used on the Ravenport series? Well, they were all made by the same modder, I guess, and they have been busy on their next project, the American Midwest Shop. It is a massive building with all kinds of features, including a pressure washer. There's also a workshop, which shows up as like a store item on the main menu, and it's got lots of storage and different little spaces to get in and out of. I will have a preview video on this later this weekend, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Speaking of sheds, Celebuki, creator of Alma, Missouri, is also working on one. This is the Hobby Garage with Workshop. It's been modeled after Morton Buildings. It's got 2 taller doors on the right and 1 wider door, shorter, on the left to accommodate a variety of equipment. I'm also guessing we'll have some color options other than red and cream, as it looks a little bit too new and nice, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. And lastly today, more sheds. Well, more than just sheds. Tons of placeables from Black Sheep Modding. The Black Sheep Maps Buildings Pack, what a name for this, is now with Giants awaiting testing. It could take a little while though. They say there's over 60 placeables. However, with the screenshots that we got, it only shows 56. Even with the different color options on the house mod at the bottom right hand corner, there's still only 59. So I'm guessing there's probably more that they haven't shown off yet. This pack you'll be able to use seemingly every building and placeable that they've ever made for their multiple maps in Farm Sim 22 and possibly even before. The ultimate building pack, if you will. And I would have done anything to get something like this back in Farm Sim 17 for the Valley of the Old Farm. And I'm just now remembering that I never finished that series. I think it's been like a year since I played on Valley of the Old Farm for Farm Sim 22. I should definitely go back and finish that series. And yeah, that was the segue to the outro. Boom, roasted on me. I don't know. Just like every episode of Farm Sim News, links to everything we talked about today can be found in the description, and you can check out the entire video in the form of a news article on farmsimnews.com. Thanks to Yoast Modding if you like to read. Remember, there's no release dates for mods, so no one knows when any mod's going to be released, and make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel for updated information on all the biggest news and top stories going on in the world of Farming Simulator. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, drop a like, get subscribed if you're new and join the GoHam fam. Make sure that notification bell's on as well. That way, if I release a video, you know about it. Yeah. All being said, hope you have a great day. Have a great weekend. Get the podcast later. We will see you later. Peace. Yo, living in the South right now is super weird. We got cicadas everywhere. There's like thousands all around my house.